after a nice, efficient time earning their money to obtain the guitar of her dreams. Not quite reaching that goal, but still, due to the efficient use of eyebrows. Not something we can all afford to do, but still, Yui has managed to do something which we could only hope to ever achieve. Getting what she wanted without compromise. There's only the small thing of actually learning to play a guitar. I'm guessing we're going to have to suffer through that as well. Let's get going, though. Are they, though? Oh, I guess you can worry about... Does she have an issue with blood? That deadly red syrup. Oh, that's all it took to calm her down. I don't think I ever got to the stage of developing calluses. Well, I'm glad you're having fun, but... yeah, maybe you should start charging or something. Is playing with calloused fingers really that fun? But then again, she did get distracted by pretty much everything on the way to actually buying the guitar. Especially if there's a dog or something. Are they actually going to get to a stage of performing? I'm imagining that's how the climax of the show is. The good thing is that with Mugi's presence, her family's presence in the world, easy access to like a recording contract just through connections and money. You don't know how to read, do you? It's not really reading music, it's more just reading a tablature and chord sheet. Do you want to actually pay attention in case you're trying to cross the road? Why not? I actually kind of understand that. Look what I learned, but without the context of actually knowing what it is. The other girl's like, what's going on? She can't forsake her exams. No, so what's different? It'll be fine. I'm surprised I got away with it, and I wouldn't suggest that path to anyone else, but... well, she managed to write her own name. Perhaps. At least she isn't rolling well, it's not really a dice, but rolling the pencil and answering based on what it lands on. The spirit is leaving her body. Is that a 2 or a 12? Either way, that's quite bad. But then she decided that she had better things to do. I understand that. All too much. It is not just studying, it's, cleaning, trying to do some work, doing anything productive. Very good. But sometimes I even take a break from procrastinating because that seems like too much effort. Is that something to be haughty about? What about Mugi or Mio? Oh no! I thought you were going to be dumb as well. That's not fair. Quite well, I would presume. Top of the class? The suspense is killing me. I don't know. Well, I can only really answer for myself, but no one cared back in my high school about what score everyone else got. Shouldn't you be studying for the... Makes sense, though. There is a heavy emphasis on actually good academics. Maybe you should withdraw her snack access as well. That might actually get her to do well. Then choke harder. She might learn the lesson then. And she might get better grades if she's unconscious. No. Her arms are really small in that scene. Maybe the other three should use their own time to train her. I think it's the only solution. Leave the monkey book of guitar chords. Is Mugi still providing the snacks, and is she actually bringing in spares just in case? Yeah, you probably can. Put your guitar in another room. I've noticed that to make me focus on things, I need to get rid of all factors that might cause distraction. So my phone, my tablet, anything I can play with, pens and pencils, etc., need to be removed from my vicinity. Yep. I hate how I understand how she feels about this. This is their imagination of what she's doing, but it's actually what she's doing. Just put a guitar in there as well. Yeah, but don't just spend all night like texting her and distracting her that way. It's all within the same time frame, like a few minutes apart. A video message. This isn't helping her. Success! Uh, so you're taking a break from studying to study concentration exercises. Who would have thought that wouldn't work? Go. You might just need to give her the answer sheet at this point. Yeah, and then you'll have the others there to beat you every time you get distracted. Right. They are having a very bad image of a younger sister, aren't they? Oh no, there's more of her. Ugh. I have quite a drastic different personality to my brothers and them from each other and me. But there probably are families who do resemble each other closely. Yep, that's how genetics works. She's too good. What's going on? Sun is settling. Is she going to be tutoring her older sister at this point? Yep, that is a good point. That is a good point. I can't remember if there were like exams to pass to get into high school. Is that a thing in Britain? It's been a fair few years since I was in education, so things could have changed. We saw them get distracted in their own rights during the car ticker job, so why did they think that there'd be help? At least all of them. How did she get 80 or whatever her score was? 83? What? Do you... Yeah, I think one extra lump wasn't enough there. I feel like Yui is the type where if you stuck a stick to her back with a carrot on the end, it would get her to run a 4 minute mile. Yep, proven right. You have better regeneration than Wolverine. Does she just want to be acknowledged? Did you just break the lock? Careful, it's the terrible FBI derivative. How have you managed to get on your nose? Did she just... with food? Has got full control of all of her extremities. How graceful they actually have been brought up right, and like someone. How is this friend going to become a cornerstone of this group here? Is she going to be like their manager? So you became friends due to Stockholm Syndrome, not because you actually liked her. By showing her not what not to write as the answers. Embarrassing story time. Uh, I did find that there were quite a few people that couldn't handle algebra, no matter how simple. Maybe she would get a better understanding if she just compared it to guitars or sweets. 6 cakes minus 2 tarts equals 7 flan. What did they talk about or do to create this dream? I'm going out for a short walk. Maybe sometime. I don't exactly know the actual quote of that expedition. If you don't know what I'm on about, it's something about the North Pole, I think. Well, she doesn't have to study. Why can't she play? Wow. So there were 6 failures out of all of the classes. They are handling their stress in different ways. Is no one going to stop the really overflowing cup? Huh. Do the doors actually show the opening area? Yeah, do your best. Actually, no, do better than your best. Do a normal person's best. There's no way you're keeping that up. Her average is now massive. Wow. Compared to her usual score. Has she ever actually... She a little bit gets pushed out every time she learns something new. Well, we're waiting. Are any of us surprised at this point? X chords? Y chords, yes. Well, the future's looking bright. Sometimes it takes a lot to get something fully imprinted in your memory. I don't think I've ever seen complete crossed wires like that, though, where you think that X and Y chords on a guitar and you've forgotten everything else. She might be a special case. And I don't know if I've mentioned it yet, but I don't like Moogie's outfit. Or her hair. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a bumpy ride to get to that sweet playing at a concert type stage. We all have to start somewhere, but indeed. Do you think that she has time to take a break from studying both academically and the guitar? That's a... Does she own that or renting it? Here's what I think with studying, though. Personally, for me, it never helped whenever little I did. It might be just because my concentration was so tiny. People respond differently to different types of memory training. Some people do well by studying books and reading through it. Some people get more out of repetition, just doing the same thing over and over again, just keep writing the same formula out to get that embedded. This is when you use it. Some people learn from a type of, I'm not really sure what to call it, but like an imagination referential type learning, which I've seen a few times when learning kanji, for instance. Like, you take the kanji and make it look like a picture in your mind to help you remember. So there are many different types, each one works differently for different people. You have to find your one. I'm still searching for mine though. I think unless it's put into a TV show or game, there's not much hope of me ever remembering. I guess I'm not going to be able to hold myself all high and mighty over Yui for much longer, am I? Well, while the time still remains, I'm going to take it. Hopefully you enjoyed another episode of K-On! There actually might be some more on the way, so if you enjoyed, let me know down below and maybe leave a like on the video if you want to make sure you don't miss it. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, but for now, just maybe you might want to take a break, have a little bit of rest. See you in the next one though. Luckily, I no longer have to worry about taking tests and therefore don't have to study even if I wanted to. But still, thanks to Sal, Raywin, Denima1997, Shiwen, ASD, Stinsfire, Mecha and everyone else, the long and arduous task of actually improving myself is made slightly easier. If you would like to be my annoyed clubmate waiting for my eventual return, then consider helping me out on Patreon, and I would be very grateful.